Did you know that Murdoch University was actually named after one of Australia's most influential writers in history? His name was Sir Walter Murdoch. We spoke to his great-grandchildren to learn more about the man behind the name.
Hi, my name's Jamie King. Sir Walter Murdoch was my great-grandfather.
I'm Mary Ellen King, great-granddaughter of Sir Walter.
And Simon King, great-grandson as well, and brother and sister.
So we're three of the four children of our father Walter King, whose mother was Catherine King, who was Sir Walter's daughter. First daughter.
Yeah.
Would you say you have quite a strong connection to Murdoch University?
We were here for the opening and the naming. Four of us were kids, but it was incredibly special to come to that and for it to be named after our family member, and it was.
I'm very proud.
We were very proud. We're still very proud, and we hope that it's generally remembered that it was our great-grandfather who was an academic and a thinker and a philosopher and so on.
Public academic.
And yes.
Yeah.
Public intellectual, yeah.
Yeah.
But that confusion is rife, and I think has been rife for a long time. There was somebody who I worked with and had worked with for 10 years here. And I mentioned something in passing, and he still thought that it was named after Rupert Murdoch. Which horrified me, but made me realise that a lot of people would, because Rupert Murdoch went very much down the business route as opposed to academia. In the early days with our mother working here, it seemed to be a very short time between the university opening and mother working here at the library, but it was special then, and there was this having that connection so soon after the university had opened. I thought, yeah, it was great.
Do you or any of your family have any special memories of Sir Walter Murdoch?
But it's interesting, I'm sat in front of this impressive array of books, which was Sir Walter's library, and she used to say that someone could come to him with a quote and saying, "Do you remember where this quote's from?" And not only would he remember who the quote was by, he'd remember what the book was. He'd go and find it on his shelf, and he'd open the book to the page where the quote was, so that he could present it in context.
Wow.
You know, this sort of remarkable mind that's just got all that sort of stuff locked away, like a sort of an ancient search engine, if you like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was Sir Walter an animal person?
Yes, I think he always had a dog.
Walking in here and seeing his desk, and we all immediately said, "That's Beau's chair." And Beau being one of his dogs, or a series of dogs named Beau, I think, actually, wasn't it?
Maybe. So in the exhibition area that you've got, there's the desk, and there's a very, very low chair. And we grew up with that, being at Granny's house, and it was always a favourite.
If people wanted to learn more about Sir Walter, what would you recommend that they do?
A lot of the essays are actually very readable and worth going back and dipping into to go and have a look. You know, if you're interested in getting a sense of the man on it, that's a good place to start.
I totally agree that to get some kind of insight, then to read an essay or two or three, it's a great picture to capture of him.
And in the pursuit of that, that education for the sake of education and knowledge is an end of itself. It shouldn't be to pursue money, to pursue a job. It can be, but
it's a worthwhile.
But the end is not money and fame and success. It's knowledge and making the world better in whatever way you can. And I think, I get more of a sense of that at Murdoch than many other universities.